Hello everyone, this is Mr. Evan Productions here, and welcome to episode 172 of Ask Mr. Evan Productions. So let's go ahead and answer some questions. Campedo, whatever you want to pronounce his name, asks 1. What's your opinion on Family Jewels? I think Family Jewels sounds like a pretty decent show. Or whatever that thing is. I'll have to look it up. 2. What's your opinion on Outer Minds? Never heard of it. 3. What's your opinion on Koi Zigshin? Whatever to pronounce it. Never heard of it either. 4. What's your opinion on Alexander Cobra-19? I don't think I've heard of that. I don't think I've heard of that, to be quite honest. And 5. What's your opinion on Mugen? I never heard of this either, to be honest. Alright. Aluzook Daniel Tiger Friend of 2025 asks 1. What is your opinion on summer 2025? I honestly think that summer 2025 is going very well. 2. What's your favorite hobby? Well, my favorite hobby is basketball. 3. Do you have a sister or daughter? Excuse me? Not really. I used to have a sister when I was younger. When I was little, but I'm not going to give out what happened because it's too personal. And once again, I do apologize for the stuttering, which I hope you guys can handle that. 4. Do you have a sibling? I used to have a sibling, but not anymore. I'd rather not explain why because it's too personal. 5. Are you going to get a job? Well, you know, I might get a job at some point. I just don't know when. I just don't know when I'm going to get a job. 6. Are you going to get your driver's license anytime soon? So you can drive a car? I don't know yet, Alazog, but I still need to learn the traffic laws. Yeah, but I still need to take my learner's test, and I really need to study the traffic laws, which I'll do that as soon as possible. 7. Would you ever ride a motorcycle? A motorcycle, in my opinion, they're too dangerous. So I would never ride a motorcycle because I heard that motorcycles can be really dangerous. Because you can get killed. People got killed on those. 8. Do you hate it that people are exposing Daniel Tiger on TikTok and YouTube? Because I certainly do. I wanted to stop right now. Yes, I agree with you, Alazuk. People are actually exposing Daniel Tiger on TikTok and on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know why they're exposing him. Because, after all, I do like Daniel Tiger's neighborhood, and I know Alazuk does too. And I know you do too, Alazuk. So we're going to have to stop the people from exposing Daniel Tiger, because this needs to stop right now. Because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. 9. Do you think I'm a good replacement for Hangout streams? I am still going to try to go live this Saturday from 8 o'clock to 9:30. It depends on if I got anything else going on. Yeah, I think you're a good replacement for Super Mitomo's older Hangout streams. But for me though, I decided to not do Hangout streams anymore either. Well, because you know, Hangout streams at times it can get very tiring. And just you walking around the room can get very tiring too. It's just kind of boring. and also staring at a black screen for too long, that can definitely get boring too. So this is why I ended my hangout streams, just like Super Mitomo did. Because Super Mitomo also ended his hangout streams too, and I decided to do the same too. Because me and Super Mitomo, we lost motivation to do hangout streams. But Super Mitomo is still gonna be doing gaming streams, because he thinks that gaming streams are way better than hangout streams in his opinion. But to anybody out there that still wants to do hangout streams, that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly fine, because I'm totally fine with your thoughts. 10. Do you like staying up late and sleeping in, or getting up early in the morning? Well, actually, I do like getting up early in the morning, because getting up early in the morning is actually a really good thing. And as for staying up late, I've done that in the past, and sometimes I still do that, even though I shouldn't be sleeping all day because we got stuff to do. Yeah, because I don't really... Sorry about that, but anyway. And I hated that everyone thinks Daniel Tiger hit his little sister Margaret and tried to push Miscellaneous. Those are lies. Daniel would never hurt anyone. He is just trying to set a good example to little kids and teach them how to be good kids. And Daniel Tiger would never hurt baby Margaret because she is his little sister, and he is a good big brother. He just gets mad sometimes. We all get mad at things sometimes. What should we do to stop everyone from insulting Daniel Tiger? Have they not seen what Arthur did to his sister DW when he pinched her for breaking his model plane? So I'm going to stand up for myself and defend Daniel Tiger. Here I go. If everyone, if you can hear me, stop exposing Daniel Tiger. He is not a brat. He is not racist. He is definitely not worse than Caillou. So stop making these bad videos and don't do this again. Sorry if you had to read a lot, Mr. Evan. I just say a lot. That's all I have to say. Oh, you're fine, Alizook. Because I had to read that long statement, but that's alright. And thank you for the questions too, Alizook. Jim Carlo, the Super Mario Fan 2006 asks, 1. Opinion on DVDs. DVDs, in my opinion, they're way better than streaming, in my opinion, because DVDs are much better than streaming. Because they allow you to watch DVDs on the go. And Alizook once again asks, hold on 1 second. Let me just read these 2 questions from Jim Carlo. But yeah, I do agree that DVDs are better than streaming, because DVDs allow you to watch DVDs offline. And you don't have to worry about the show you don't have to worry about the show getting taken off of the air or getting replaced, because you can just watch those on DVD. Because DVDs are indeed better than streaming, if I do say so myself. 2. Are you excited for Zootopia 2? Yes. Absolutely I am. Because I do think that Zootopia 2 is going to be a good sequel. 3. Did you know that excuse me. Let me try again. 3. Did you know that The Bad Guys 2 came out? Yes. I did. Let me try again. 3. Did you know that The Bad Guys 2 came out? Yes. I did know that The Bad Guys 2 just came out. And I think The Bad Guys 2... Well, I haven't seen the sequel yet. Hopefully someday I'll be able to watch The Bad Guys 2 and maybe do a movie review on it. Alizook once again asks, what is the most painful thing you have ever experienced? Well, the most painful thing that I ever experienced is me getting stung by a bee. because I absolutely hate getting stung by a bee, because getting stung by a bee is just, it's just painful, really. Yeah, I have got stung by a bee before, and let me tell you, it sucks to get stung by a bee, because I remember when I got stung by a bee multiple times when I was younger. But luckily nowadays I don't really get stung by a bee much anymore, which is a good thing. Adam Video Corner 2006 asks, 1. What's your opinion on Australia? Pretty decent country, pretty decent continent. What that is? Australia? Australia is a pretty good country in Oceania. Even though I haven't been there, but hopefully someday in the future I'll be able to do a virtual road trip there. Even though I can't go there in person, because it requires a passport. Because US citizens do need to have a passport to enter Australia. So yes, you need to have a passport if you want to go there in person. 2. What's your opinion on Alley Loop water slide? Well, I think the Alley Loop water slide is okay in my opinion. It's alright, I guess. It's alright, I guess. 3. What's your opinion on Happy Tree Friends? Happy Tree Friends, in my opinion, I don't really care for that. I don't really care for that show, in my opinion, because I remember when I used to do the Happy Tree Friends videos. Like, I remember when I used to do the Happy Tree Friends, when I used to do a reaction video to Happy Tree Friends Don't Beware Me, but those got blocked and those got copyright claimed. So I had to delete them in order those videos in order to avoid any copyright strikes, because those videos got blocked by the copyright owner, because I shouldn't have made those videos to begin with. So that's why I had to delete them in order to avoid any copyright strikes. So I'm just glad those videos are not on my channel anymore. I'm just glad those videos are not on my channel anymore, because I had to delete them in order to avoid any copyright strikes. Because I think Marcus Miller actually requested me to do those reaction videos, but I had to accept his request because he wanted to see them. And I had to be very cautious about copyrighted material. I was very concerned. But luckily those videos are not on my channel anymore, because I deleted them. Because I had to delete them in order to avoid copyright strikes. Yeah, sorry if this is very long, but I just wanted to explain it very clearly. And 4. What's your opinion on The Muppet Show? The Muppet Show, in my opinion, I think it's alright, I guess. Not too bad. Wonder Red asks, 1. Opinion on Fetch with Ruff Men? It's a classic, in my opinion, and a good show. I remember Fetch with Ruff Men, because I do remember watching that show all the time when I was younger. Because I remember when I used to watch Fetch with Ruff Men, because I used to watch that show all the time when I was a kid. 2. Have you heard of the channel called Meat TV Cartoons? Meat TV Toons? I think so, yes. 3. Do you despise Super White? If you despise that show, I can handle your opinion. Yes, I do. I really despise Super White very much. because it's a kids show, and I don't really it's a kids show, and I don't really like that show anymore, because one of the things I don't like about that show is that Super White and the other characters, like, they often address the viewers. They address the audience. Yup, when they would ask the viewers what sound the letter A makes. Like this. What letter makes the sound ah? Like, honestly, that's really annoying. Because I can't believe I used to like that show when I was little. I can't believe I used to watch Super Y when I was younger. But if you like that show, Wonder Red, then that's fine. Because if you like that show, then that's fine with me, Wonder Red. Your opinion is handled. I mean, your opinion is tolerate. I can tolerate your thoughts. 4. Who is your favorite character from King of the Hill? Mine are Hank Hill and Bobby. Well, my favorite character from King of the Hill is Hank Hill, because Hank Hill is a great character from the TV series King of the Hill. Bella the Andy Rose fan asks, do you like Caillou? No, I do not. I absolutely do not, because Caillou is really annoying. Because I remember in one episode, he was getting ready to go. He was getting ready to go to the circus, and then his father told him that the circus wasn't until tomorrow, and that caused Caillou to throw a tantrum and cry. That caused Caillou to throw a really big tantrum. Yeah, this is why a bunch of people hate Caillou. A bunch of parents and some kids, because some kids even hate Caillou too, including myself, because I do hate Caillou in my opinion. I can't believe I used to like that show when I was younger. God. But I'm just glad that I don't have to deal with that show anymore. Because in 2021, Caillou actually left PBS Kids. They took the show off of the air. Which I'm glad they did. Alex Postal asks, 1. Are you excited to turn 20 on your birthday? Yes. Absolutely, yes. 2. Do you like French fries? I do, yes. Because French fries, in my opinion, I think French fries are really good. 3. Are you excited to see the new ball on New Year's Eve? Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yes. Because I do think that the new ball on New Year's Eve in Times Square, I do think that the new ball will probably look a lot better than it did before. Because the old ball that was used from 2008 to 2024 to 2025, it was just starting to get old. It was just starting to wear out. So that's why they're going to be replacing it with a new ball, to hopefully improve it and make it a lot better. So yes, I'm definitely excited to see the new ball, because I can't wait to see what it will look like, and hopefully it'll be a lot better than it did before. 4. What is your favorite holiday? Well, my favorite holiday is Christmas. The Gate 2895 asks, 1. Who's your favorite Bad Guys character and why? Well, I don't really know, to be honest. I think all of them. And why? Well, because all of the Bad Guys characters are pretty good. Mine is Mr. Rolf, because he's my favorite character, voiced by Sam Rockwell, due to his Kenning charm. Oh, okay, I have trouble pronouncing that, but that's okay. 2. Are you excited for the new Pixar movie Hoppers? Yes, I absolutely am. I'm excited for the new Pixar movie Hoppers. Which, yeah, I just watched the teaser trailer just a few days ago, and it was pretty good. 3. Opinion on the Final Destination films. The Final Destination films, in my opinion, some of them are good. 4. Favorite Sonic Boom episode? I'm not really sure, because there are a bunch of Sonic Boom episodes, and it's hard to name just one. And if you hear the background noise, if you hear what's going on out there, just try to ignore it. 5. Can you believe that the 2005 Disney movie Chicken Little will be turning 20 years old on Election Day this year, Tuesday, November 4th, 2025? I did hear about that, and I think Chicken Little deserves a re-release, just like Toy Story does, because Toy Story is coming back to theaters on September 12th, in honor of its 30th anniversary. But for me, though, I'm probably not going to do that, though, because the movie's already on Disney Plus, and there are some clips of it on YouTube. But we gotta be mindful of what we watch on YouTube, starting on August 13th. Because watching those Toy Story clips on YouTube, it could mark my account as under 18 years old, so we gotta be careful of what we watch on YouTube. And besides, if you did want to watch Toy Story clips on YouTube, then I recommend going on the incognito window. And this will open up a new tab. Incognito. Yeah, if you ever want to watch it on YouTube, just make sure you try to go to the incognito window to make sure you're browsing privately and making sure you're not signed into your account. So that way you get minimized for marking your account because it could flag your account as under 18 if you're signed in, and because YouTube is actively monitoring your watch history starting on August 13th. So this is exactly why we gotta be mindful for what we watch on YouTube. So yeah. Justice Trump asks, 1. What's your opinion on VHS tapes? I think VHS tapes, in my opinion, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're pretty awesome. 2. Would you go see The Bad Guys 2 in theaters right now instead of Snow White 2025 because of how awful it is? Because of how awful it really Snow White 2025 is? And why would you do that? Yes, I would. I would actually go see The Bad Guys 2. And why? And why would I do that? Well, that's because I do think that The Bad Guys 2 is way better than that Snow White remake from 2025. And why would I do that, you may ask? Well, because I just mainly think that The Bad Guys 2 is just better than the original. It's just better than the Snow White remake. So yeah. 3. If Mark Kelly Hogan, Home Alone, and Uncle Buck came to your house, what would you guys do together? We would probably just hang out and probably go on an adventure together. But even though they're just characters in the movie, even though they're just characters in both movies. 4. What is your opinion about country music? I think country music is... Today's country music, in my opinion, is kind of good. Because, you got Jelly Roll, and you got Lenny Wilson, and you've got Taylor Swift. Which, I don't really care about Taylor Swift too much. Because she gets on my nerves. Yeah, hearing Taylor Swift's songs too much, yeah, they can get really annoying. And I've heard Taylor Swift songs before, and I honestly don't really like her songs at all. Because, for example, in her song called Shake It Up, how she sings those lyrics, they can get really annoying. Event have used her songs in shorts, like under 60 seconds. Yeah, what they're doing is, the reason why they're allowed to use those songs in shorts, like whatever the songs you hear on the radio, in stores, and in restaurants, the reason why fans often use those songs in shorts is mainly because they're using a licensed version of that song. YouTube already secured the permissions from the copyright owners, which allows creators to legally use those songs. So yeah, country music in my opinion is pretty decent. I do think that the classic country music era is a lot better, from the 1980s, 1990s, and the 2000s, and to some of the early 2010s too. 5. Are you excited that Toy Story 1995 is coming back to theaters everywhere in a month for its 30th anniversary edition? I know I am. Yes, I am really excited for that because, so for those of you that wasn't around in 1995, this might be your chance to see it on the big screen. This can be your chance to see it on the big movie screen. But for me though, I'm probably not going to do that though because the movie is already on Disney Plus. And there's clips of it on YouTube too. Alright. SpongeBob 8500 asks, 1. Did this guy close his YouTube channel permanently? I'm so glad he did. Well, I'm not trying to bring him up, but I'm not trying to mention his name. When I went on the channel, it just said like account closed. But even though I'm not trying to mention his name because I'm trying to keep this channel drama free. 2. What is your opinion on Super Mario? Super Mario, in my opinion, Super Mario is really awesome. 3. What is your opinion on Tom Kenny, the voice actor of SpongeBob? Well, I think Tom Kenny is a great voice actor. He's a really great voice actor, also known for bringing SpongeBob to life. And I think he did a good job bringing SpongeBob to life. 4. What is your opinion on Jem the Red Squirrel from Toddler Girl? I have no idea, to be honest. I have never watched Toddler Girl. 5. Did you hear that the King of the Hill revival came out on Hulu on August 4th, 2025? Yes, I did. And I just watched a few episodes of it just the other day. And honestly, I do think that the King of the Hill revival series is actually pretty good. Because I'm probably going to watch the second half of the episodes, from episodes 5 to 10, sometime tonight. And I'll make sure to do like a season 14 King of the Hill review as soon as possible. Alright, Raised Mustang 2013 asks, I'm going to do live streams too, from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Saturdays if you will let me. Absolutely, I will let you do hangout streams from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays at Central Time. Absolutely, I will. Joseph Gilmore Reviews and More asks, What's your opinion on me coming back to YouTube? Well, I think it's a good thing that you're back on YouTube, because I really missed you making content. What's your favorite thing about Blue's Clues? My favorite thing about Blue's Clues is that it's one of my favorite childhood shows of all time. I just love the original series so much. I mean, what's your favorite thing about it? Well, I just liked when Steve Burns used to be the show's host. Used to be the show's host. And then in 2002, he left the show. And then Donovan Patton as Joe took over the role. But there was a reboot called Blue's Clues and You to be interesting. But interestingly, there was a reboot called Blue's Clues and You, which I don't really like Blue's Clues and You, to be honest. And I know Subumi Tomo doesn't like it either. So the both of us don't really like Blue's Clues and You. We both prefer the original series a lot better. What's your favorite place to go eat? Well, my favorite place to go eat is probably, I don't know. I don't really know, to be quite honest. There were a lot of places out there. Do you like peanuts? Peanuts are okay, in my opinion. I mean, I don't really hate them. But I do think that the peanuts are okay. Alex the Silver Boy 2002 asks, 1. Sorry about that, guys. My phone just died, so I'm gonna have to use my laptop to answer your questions. Alright. Alexis the Silverboy 2002 second asks, 1. What is your opinion on Longhorn Steakhouse? Well, I do think that Longhorn Steakhouse, in my opinion, it's pretty decent, even though I haven't been there, but hopefully someday I'll go to Longhorn Steakhouse. 2. What's your opinion on Nature Valley Bar? Well, I do think that Nature Valley Bar is actually pretty decent. 3. What is your opinion on flying cockroaches? I absolutely hate cockroaches, because cockroaches can really hurt. 4. What's your opinion on Walmart? Walmart, in my opinion, it's a good store. I've been to Walmart before. 5. What's your opinion on Rapper Offline? Rapper Offline, in my opinion, I think Rapper Offline is pretty decent. I mean, it kind of revives... Rapper Offline kind of reminds me of Comedy World from Go Animate. Even though it does revive the design from Comedy World, but it's still part of Beyond. Even though I don't use Beyond. 6. What's your opinion on Disney parks? Disney parks, in my opinion, Disney parks are actually pretty fun. What's your opinion? 7. What's your opinion on 2002, 23 years ago? 2002, what's your opinion on 2002, 23 years ago? 2002, in my opinion, I guess 2002 was a good year, but I wasn't around back then because I wasn't born yet, because I wasn't even born yet. Because Super Mitomo back then wasn't even around yet. Because he wasn't around either. Because the both of us, me and Super Mitomo, we wasn't even born until 2005. 8. What's your opinion on tomatoes? I do think that tomatoes, in my opinion, they're pretty decent, alright? Not too bad. 9. What's your opinion on the weekends? The weekends, in my opinion, they're really awesome. Because weekends allow you to relax, and they allow you to do whatever you want, including hangout streams, which I do not do hangout streams anymore, and in fact, I don't really go live anymore either, because going live for an extended amount of time can get really tiring, and this is why I don't really go live anymore. I'm still going to produce new videos for you guys, but not as live streams, because I don't really do live streams anymore, because of this new AI policy, because of this new AI age estimated system update that will take effect on August 13th. And honestly, I'm not really looking forward to it. This update will probably suck. But I just gotta make sure not to watch content But I just gotta make sure to not watch content that is made for kids. But I'm just gonna have to watch like content that is for grown-ups, like adult content, and it shouldn't flag my account as under 18, as I'm watching content for grown-ups. Because that only happens if you watch content that is made for kids frequently, which I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna skip the made for kids content. 10. What's your opinion on chicken tenders? Chicken tenders, in my opinion, they're pretty decent, alright? The Red Boy 2009 asks, 1. What is your opinion on the Magic School Bus? Pretty decent show. I have watched it. I have watched it before, and it's a pretty decent show from my childhood. 2. What is your opinion on knock-knock jokes? Knock-knock jokes, in my opinion, they're pretty decent. 3. What is your opinion on postcards from Buster, TV series and Offer spinoff? I do think that they're pretty decent. 4. What is your opinion on Bob and Margaret? Pretty decent, I get. They're pretty decent. Pretty decent characters. 5. What is your opinion on Talking Ben? Never heard of. I have heard of Talking Ben, but I just never really got into it. Oh, okay. Sonic Forces RVP Battle Race is actually an Android game, by the way. Raced Mustang 2013 asks, 1. Have you ever had Raising Cane's? It's a chicken restaurant. No, I actually never had been there. 2. Have you ever found money on the ground? If yes, how much did you find? I can't really remember, to be honest. That was a long time ago. I found $10 at a movie theater. Oh really? Oh really? That's awesome. 3. Do you dislike road construction? I do. Yes. Do you dislike road construction? I do. Yes. I really dislike road construction because you can't drive on it or anything, which that really sucks. Or if an area that you really loved gets closed down for construction, which I really dislike that idea. Nickelodeon Fan 2009 asks, 1. Do you know this user named Alex the Home Star in Nickelodeon Fan 2009? For me, I do. I do actually, and I think he's a good user. 2. Do you think Middlemost Post should have never been created in the first place? For me, I do. Yes. Middlemost Post should have never been created in the first place. Daniel G asks, does it scare you when an adult yells? Yes, it does. Like, every time an adult yells, it really scares me a lot. It makes me cry. Favorite burger from Burger King? I would say a plain cheeseburger with meat and cheese only, because those are the best. Those are the best ones. Have you seen that car website called Museum Abductions? I heard they're doing the car shows for 2026. I think so. I think I have. I'm pretty sure. Whew. This was a very long episode of Ask MrEvan Productions, but we got through it, just like always. So, if you enjoyed this episode of Ask MrEvan Productions, episode 172, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, this is MrEvan Productions saying goodbye everybody, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.